Welcome, I'm Mr. Fear Files, your guide through the shadows. Here, terrifying tales come to life. We create AI horror stories, paranormal encounters, urban legends, and unexplained mysteries. Sit back, turn the lights down, and prepare to be haunted. New episodes weekly, subscribe to unlock the fear. Title: Ashes of the Hollow. The plague began in northern Wyoming, near a mine that had been sealed shut since 1901. Locals said the miners had found something beneath the rock, something red and living and wrong. They called it the Hollow, but no one really believed in it, not until spring, when the first tourists inhaled the dust. It started with a cough. Then the whispering began. Not audible words at first, just a tickle behind the ears, like someone murmuring in the next room. Then names, secrets, regrets, all things a person was never meant to hear said aloud. Victims became thin, not in body, but in presence. Their shadows faded. Their voices softened. They wandered away and were found days later, murmuring in corners, drawing spirals in the dirt. Eventually, their skin would flake off like charred paper, and their bodies would crumble, leaving only the spiral etched beneath them. They said the spirals were doors. The world fell in less than 3 months. But not everyone heard the whispers. Some were immune, not just physically, but spiritually. Survivors, misfits, people society had forgotten. They wandered now, across ghost towns and broken highways, drawn not by science, but by dreams. Part 1. The Preacher. Reverend Eli Barnes was blind. Had been since he was 12, when a lightning bolt struck his father's church and killed everyone inside, everyone but him. He said the fire took his eyes, but gave him something else. Now, he stood in the ruins of Nashville, preaching to the empty streets. The Hollow is not death. It is the second temptation. It offers secrets. But secrets are lies wrapped in truth. People came. They listened. He never asked them to believe in him, only to remember what real silence felt like. He called his settlement New Eden. He said it was where the voice of God could still be heard. Part 2. The Woman in Black. No one knew her real name. She appeared in dreams, a woman dressed in old funeral garb, a veil like cobweb over her pale face. She stood in the dead fields of Kansas, where the sky burned red, whispering promises to the lonely. "You don't have to be afraid," she said. "I can teach you to speak the Hollow's language. I can give you what they took." Those who followed her went west. They built their camp around a crater filled with glowing red moss. They called it the Spiral Church. Part 3. The Crossing. Among the survivors was Lena Moore, a former nurse whose twin sister had whispered the spiral into her ear before crumbling into dust. Lena hadn't spoken in weeks, not since the plague took her hospital, her family, her faith. But now she dreamed of both the preacher and the woman. Each night, one stood on one side of a great, rotted bridge. Each offered her a hand. One promised hope. The other promised answers. In the end, it wasn't about survival anymore. It was about what kind of human would inherit the ash-covered earth. And Lena was the one who had to choose. Final lines. When Lena stepped onto the bridge, she didn't look back. Behind her, the old world crumbled, its secrets lost to dust. Ahead, 2 paths waited, one paved in blind faith, the other in whispered truths. The wind carried the faint sound of spirals turning. She took her first step,